Hey guys, Fearu here, and we are on episode number 26. Today we're going to be taking a look at some support, and particularly playing a hard support role, and dealing with a suicide. And I wanted to look at some simple concepts, and some mistakes I think low MMR players make when they're put into situations that they're just not that familiar with. So hopefully you'll be able to pick up on some tricks and well, everyone will get better. Let's get straight into game. Okay, so here we are about 10 seconds before this game starts, and I will be playing Master of Arms support, supporting this Predator, hard supporting. First thing I want to talk about is my items. In this game, I have 57 gold and I bought a mana pot. Normally, if it's a solo queue game, I don't buy a mana pot, I buy a Ward of Sight, and I have one Ward of Sight, one Rev Ward. But in this game, I'm playing actually an in-house with the Dark Legion clan, and I have a support in the form of Nymph, and she's bought a ward for herself, and even has one for Keeper. So I don't have to buy that. I'm gonna buy a mana pot instead, and then I'm gonna use that 57 gold later to upgrade the courier. So let's talk about what I wanna get to today, and that is when you're versing a suicide. I see a lot of support players make common mistakes, so I want to talk about what I'm doing here. First off, I'm defending the pull. The pull is very important to me. The ability to pull these set of newts into the lane is very, very handy. So that's why I have this Rev Ward, and I need to see if he drops a Ward of Sight. If he drops it, I want to have that ability to counter it. It's really important to me. So we're just checking it out, seeing if he comes. If he could drop it other places, some people drop the ward here just to get sight. And if you're able to counter a ward early on and they don't have that vision, they only have 2 wards. So if you're able to get that vision, it can be a big advantage to your team. And I'm just waiting until I'll wait till about the 20-second mark just to make sure he's not here. I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm just going to go ahead and step into the lane now. It should be fine. We'll see his items roughly. If he doesn't show up right away, we saw him. He didn't have the Ward of Sight. If he's missing for the first 10 seconds, sometimes I'll double check it, and I actually need to go back because I missed something important. So right here, this is actually a really important moment. So we know it's suicide. We know it's Lodestone all by himself. It's really important right here that and let's say he's closer, let's say he's in attack range, you don't want to attack him. You don't want to attack him. And I'll explain that in a second. You'll notice I start to position myself above the lane. I start to go here. The reason you don't attack him when you're closer up is because you don't want to be close to these creeps. If the Legion creeps are close to you, and you attack him, they will try to defend him, and they will stop what they're doing and attack you. And if they do that, what will happen is our creeps will kill them faster than they kill our creeps, if that makes sense. So the lane will start to push, and our creeps will they'll die. They'll die because if I attack him, they'll attack me, and our creeps will attack their creeps, resulting in their creeps dying and the lane pushing up. And that's not what we want. We want to be close to this tower. That way he has to run away from me, and if he has to run away from me, like he's scared of me, so he's running away, then he's not going to be in XP range, and Pred will get all of this free farm. And that's what our goal is to try to feed our carry as much experience, not necessarily as much experience. In this case, I am trying to give him as much experience, but usually as much gold as possible and the ability to deny as much as possible. So now I'm going to try to hit him without being in range of these creeps, and he's going to try to basically fog of war me. Like, he's going to try to stay out of sight, which he's doing a really good job of. He's staying like right here right now, sometimes sneaking into there. I'm going to go ahead and stack at the 55 mark. He's going to get a little more XP. And he's going to continue to use Fog of War really, really well, to be honest. He goes right here a few times, and he just steps up right here. I believe there's the safe spot, like just right there. He's right there. But it's Fog of Ward. The way to, if this starts to become a big issue, you can counter this by dropping a ward, or inversely, you ask your carry to cut down some of these trees. You'll notice I start to do that after he harasses me back. I don't like to be right on top of him because he can do more damage to me than I can do to him. You'll notice this here, like that's a much more bigger chunk. Lodestone's a tanky hero. So my goal is just to harass him from a distance and just keep him out of And you'll notice he cuts down one tree, I cut down one. You know, it's just something to help us reduce some of the fog of war. And that's very, very handy. And, you know, my goal is just to do as much as possible, even if it gets him, you know, one less experience, because he's busy thinking about me and not maintaining his, not vision, but experience range. So I'm approaching the 2-minute mark here, and I'm going to go ahead and probably stack again and see where I'm at. And then I want to talk about another common mistake that support players make. So this is going to be the triple stack. It's doubled now, and it's going to be tripled. If I wanted right now, or we're at the 2-minute mark, and this is going to come back, it's going to be tripled. At the 2-minute and 15 mark, I could pull. There's a reason I'm not going to pull. The reason is if I pulled right there, because the lane is so far pushed up, you know, all that's going to happen is the creeps are going to come straight into the tower, and Lodestone's going to come here and try to compete for some of these last hits. What we're going to do instead is we're going to start to push the lane over this next minute, and then at the 3:15 mark, that's when I'm going to do my pull. And the goal is to have the lane pushed to about, you know, as far up as possible without being at the tower. Maybe here if possible, you know, as far as we can go. And then when I pull, Lodestone will have to make the decision, does he want to try to get the last hits that are available here, or does he want to come back and try to compete with me as I take this pull and these neutrals. So that's what's going through my head there. Lodestone's going to try to get some more harass on me. I'm just trying to keep him out of experience range. And Pred's job is just to get free farm as much as possible. Just get as much free farm as much as possible. So now that we have the camp stacked, it's okay if we harass him. This is okay, because even if the Legion creeps are coming, but if they come and they start attacking us now, we don't care if the lane pushes. If the Legion creeps attack us and our creeps attack them, it's okay now. It's not the end of the world. So we're going to put harass into him right now, just a little bit, and because he doesn't have that much regen, he went... He just didn't bring that much regen with him. I think that was kind of a mistake, honestly. I would have brought in either another health pot or additional runes of blight. I'm gonna harass him as much as I can until that 3-minute and 15-second mark, which I need to be back to pull. And he's doing a really good job of just fog of warring right now, which is, you know, I'm impressed by for the most part. And I'm just gonna box him out until I need to back up, and that's my goal, is just box him out here as much as possible. And, you know, just boxing him out, and I need to start making my way back to pull at 3:15. They get a Bloodlust mid, which is not friendly, but what are you going to do? And I'm approaching here. I'm actually a little later than I want to be, but I believe the wolves here are so fast that they're able to get here in time. Some of the slower creeps won't make that. I was a little bit slow, to be honest. And now, if you look where we're at, Lodestone has to make a decision. He can either get these archers, or he can start to move to this lane. And even if he does, the wave is so far pushed back that he won't get here in time. All these creeps right here, this ballista, this archer, all these soldiers, they're gonna die, and he's gonna get 0 experience. He's not gonna get half because they're denied. He's gonna get 0 because the neutrals killed them. And I'm gonna try to pick up as much experience as possible. And now, meanwhile, Pred and Lodestone are on even footing, and Lodestone is all out of regen, which is also noteworthy. And Pred still has his runes of blight, which is awesome. And now Lodestone's debating on coming, but I don't think he can compete with this Pred. This Pred's going to pick up the extra farm here from the wave. If you'll notice this this wave from the Hellborn came into the tower. So if I would have pulled this earlier, you know, this is when the wave was all the way, like you saw where the wave was. It was all the way back here, and this wave is making it to the tower. If I would have pulled earlier, this wave would have, you know, done a significant amount of damage. Like if the wave was here when I pull, this wave would have done tremendous amounts of damage to this tower. So that's why we wait until the lane's pushed to pull, and that's also why we wait till we're triple stacked, because you can see these new creeps do a ridiculous amount of damage. I'm gonna have no problem killing them whatsoever. And now Now, what I want to talk about is what Lodestone did, which is something I talked about in literally the last episode. He made a decision. So, what my, or I suppose I should talk about what I want to do from here. So, what I do from here now is if Lodestone stays in this lane, I leave. I'm done. I've done my job. Pred is now level 4. If we just look at this, let me go to Spectator real fast. Let me play it for a half second to see GPM. Okay, Pred is level 4, has plenty of farm, most farm in the game, 294. While Lodestone, and pretend he went to Rome, but pretend he stayed here, he would be the lowest GPM in the game, or the lowest on his team, I should say, and also level 4. So if I left the lane right now, Pred would be at a huge advantage. It would be almost as if I was there. Like, Pred would win the lane even if I wasn't there. So I would go. Normally, my goal here would be to roam and let Pred just farm the lane if Lodestone's here, and he can compete with the Lodestone now because he can just attack the Lodestone and have a good time. That's normally what I would do in this situation, but because Lodestone left. I'm actually going to go and push the lane, which isn't normally what I would do, but I wanted to give you the for instance. Normally I would go roam here and just let Pred, be fine with the Lodestone, because at this point Lodestone has lost the lane, but he's making the good play, and he's going to try to get a big gank on mid. I don't remember if we called MIA in time or not, but he's doing exactly what he should. That's a great play. Even though, does he die here? No. Okay, they get the kill on Nymph. Counter kill? Okay, they get a 1-for-1 exchange, which is good for us. Okay, this is the next thing I want to talk about. I put the Rev Ward down, and you'll notice I didn't have a ward here. I had no way of seeing this, so why do I put the Rev Ward down? I didn't need to use it for this camp, which is the only reason I bought it, and the reason I place it here is just to remove their vision. So now I know this is safe for me. This is safe for me, this is safe for Pred. I can walk across this area and know there is no one's seeing me. So I know I can try to sneak and grab the rune at the 6-minute mark. That's why I like to counter it. And that's just how I play support. This is just the first 4 minutes, and this is what a good support can do for their carry at roughly 4 minutes into the game if you're playing substantially well. And now it takes Lodestone, who is ideally their best ganker on their team of Rally Bushwhack, Engineer Solstice, Lodestone can't kill Pred. Lodestone could kill Nymph, he could kill me, but he can't kill Pred, which is really important because now it takes at least 2 people missing to kill Pred, which means Pred is going to be able to have a substantial farm, and because it takes a lot to kill him, he's actually safer because of that. It's not just one person feels like they have an opportunity and goes and ports. There has to be a lot of people missing, and that's really, really important. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to stack the lane. I don't feel like there's much need, or I'm going to stack this neutral camp, and I'm not gonna show you guys the rest of this video, but I'm gonna end up pushing this lane to see if they force the teleport, and if they do, I know me and Pred can kill anyone on their team, literally anyone at this point. And then if they don't port, I push the lane, and then if the opportunity exists, I roam to middle, and I just continue to stack this jungle for Pred. But I really wanted to show you this first 4 minutes, because there's so much just little mistakes. If I start to push the lane early for Lodestone and I don't get that creep wave denied, Lodestone's level 5 and can easily kill me, and that can change the way this entire lane gets played out, just from one little mistake, literally just from auto attacking Lodestone. The lane can end up like that. So that's just something I wanted to give you guys something to think about. That's kind of how boxing out works. And I will just see you guys next time. I feel like this was a pretty good short episode, and take care.